This is the ETBU Sports Net. We're here with head men's soccer coach Chris Crawford. Coach, you finished up your season over the weekend. You went 1-1, had a win over McMurray on Friday night on senior night, and then fell to Hardin-Simmons on Saturday. Just recap the final weekend for your men's soccer team.
Yeah, Friday night, senior night against McMurray at Cornersfield. It was a game that we knew going into the weekend that we needed both games to give us a shot to make a conference tournament. Friday night's a special night. We had 5 seniors that concluded their year, concluded their season, hung up their boots, and for those guys playing here for 4 years. And so it was an emotional night. To start off the night, I told them that we're not here just because senior night. We still got a job to do. We still got work to do. I told them that after the game we would celebrate the emotions and celebrate the senior night, but let's take care of business in that aspect. And so those 4 seniors with Vega and Bravo and David Jackson and Matt, of guys that have been here for all 4 years, given their blood, sweat, tears into the program, into developing this program, into what they've done is remarkable. And so those guys, we tip our hats to those guys from what they've done. And then Joe Ramirez transferring in. And so having those guys this year lead the program, take that senior leadership role, take that captain role, and take it every day into practice, what we do in the locker room, what we do in the study hall from Bible study. And so those guys are going to be missed. I mean, we're giving up 16 goals with that senior class at least. And so those are going to be guys that, one, we're going to have to replace. But that Friday night McMurray game, it was a great game. We were dialed in from the beginning. We were hammering shots away. McMurray played very well, and so they're continuing to come up into the conference and making a name for themselves. And so we knew that we had to get on them quickly. We did that in the first half. Got a 1-0 lead in the first half. Second half ended up getting a PK. We had a couple shots that didn't go our way in that aspects, but overall it was a great game for us on Friday night. And so it was a great way to send those seniors out. Moving into Saturday with our game against Hardin-Simmons. We knew that was going to be a tough test. Hardin-Simmons was ranked number 2 in the conference at that moment, and so we knew it was going to be a battle. We had a great meeting before the game, what we wanted to do, how we wanted to do it. We had a great practice going into that week, talking about preparing for both games, but realistically preparing to win both games, knowing that we needed a shot and what we were going to do. And so the way we played Saturday, I couldn't be more proud of the guys. The first 30 minutes of Hardin-Simmons, we dictated what happened on that field. We controlled everything. We were knocking on the door, and we had Hardin-Simmons back up against the wall. And so we knew that we were right there in a great spot. We were in a great situation. We were controlling everything. Ended up giving up a quick counter goal right at the end of the half that put us down 1-0. And so we just rebounded. We knew we were going to have to score in that game anyway to win. So we knew we had to get a second goal. And so second half was a good battle. Ended up losing the game 3-1. We got some momentum at times. We kept knocking, but we ended up giving up a couple goals that we shouldn't have on trying to push numbers forward. And so afterwards, the guys played their hearts out. It was probably one of the better games that we've played in the first half in that aspects. And so that's what I relayed to the guys. That's what we want to get to. That's where we need to get to. Hardin-Simmons Coach Hager gave us a nice compliment and told the guys that he was worried. We were putting them back on their heels, and it was creating trouble for them. And so that's a good thing for us going forward.
So now you finish the season at 9-9, 9 wins most since 2005. They had 3 last year, 9 this year. Just recap the season overall and what this team did this year.
Yeah, I mean, it started with captains two-a-days. I mean, they came in, they knew what they wanted to do. They knew they wanted to go out with a bang with the seniors and the upperclassmen. And then as soon as we started two-a-days, the guys knew what the vision was, what the agenda was, what their goal was this season. And we talked about that as a team, and we set realistic goals for ourselves. We knew what we wanted to do, and the guys bought in from day one. And you can't ask for a better group of guys that come in. I mean, we got 15 freshmen, several transfer students. And every single one of them came in and said, we're going to make this year special. And that's what they did. And they worked hard. These guys gave every single thing that they could every single day. There's some things that we could fix here and there. You're always going to have that. But these guys worked hard. They kept pushing themselves. Every time we raised the bar, they met that. And we kept raising it all season. And so that's going to help us going forward. I mean, having 9 wins on the year, 1 short. Would like to get that extra one. We gave a couple away this season. We gave a couple games away that we shouldn't have lost. A couple mistakes that we got to fix going into the offseason, going into next fall. But the guys know that, and so they know what it feels to be successful. They've had that taste, and so they want more of it. And so as soon as the game was over on Saturday, they said, "We're not done, coach. Let's keep going forward." And so that's what you want to hear from a guys. As emotional it is after losing, they said it was a great season. Let's do more next year, and that's what you want to hear.
So how do you build off this year into next year, heading into 2017 with this team and taking it to the next level?
Well, the good thing is we're only graduating 5, so we got a great core returning. We got a great group of guys with there that are going to continue to raise that level. They're going to raise the standard. We'll start bringing in our recruits, start recruiting a lot harder in this aspect, finding some key pieces to fit those positions that we're going to lose out of those 5 seniors. I mean, those guys played heavy minutes and they played a lot for us all over the field, and so we'll need to get some additional guys that can get some minutes right for us from either starting or coming off the bench. We'll need to get some guys that can fill that defensive role that where Vega and Matt were able to step in. We've got guys that can step into that role, but we want to make competition. The biggest thing that we want to see is we want to see competition at every position in our field. Competition is going to breed excellence. It's going to make guys play harder. It's going to make guys work harder, and it's going to give us the depth that we need. And so that's one thing that we want to continue to improve is our depth. We want to be strong. One guy gets hurt, we got 2 more guys in the spot. We're not going to lose anything, and that makes the guys play harder. That makes the practices more intense, and that makes guys work. And that's what we're going to do. So we're looking forward to recruiting. We're looking forward to what the spring is going to do for our guys. Guys got this week off, and then they start off season right after starting next week. We'll go through individual meetings this week, kind of reassess, kind of tell the guys what we need to improve on, set some goals for the off season, for their winter break. That's a long time that they get off. So we'll make sure, one, that they come back to school in the spring in shape, ready to go, and ready to stay on that momentum of us going forward in the right direction.
All right, Coach. Well, thanks for talking to us today here on the ETBU Sportsnet.